Welcome to my 14 days one pot around the world series. For the whole series, all you need is a chopping board, knife, and your rice cooker.
Let's talk about the overall steps to make this one pot meal. So I cut all the ingredients into small pieces, marinate the meat, prepare the soup base, assemble everything in the pot, press start, and then just wait for it to be done. Super easy. Now I just gained 30 minutes to edit videos and clean the house. Let's talk about how I like to marinate the porks. I do like to buy in bulk and prep everything in advance.
So as you can see, the whole pack, there is water, the bloody water. So I usually like to cut it in the sink and drink out the blood first, like this. They also have like pre-sliced one, but it's like 89 cents per pound more expensive, and I don't mind doing the work. So I've just been getting the bigger one. But you see how like the bloody water just drained out? And if I do it in the sink, it wouldn't get all over the counter. Just make sure that your there's like a small towel close by that you can grab. And now kind of just take the whole thing out of the packet. Oh, actually got a 2-piece.
Remember, when you're cutting the meat, make sure you cut against the grain. Cutting against the grain shortens the muscle fiber, which make the meat more tender and easier to chew. This is how the final slice should look like when cutting against the grain.
Actually, I have to marinate these later because my kids just woke up.
Go ahead and chop some garlic. I like to use the fresh ones. I feel like the fresh garlic have better aroma and flavor than the pre-peeled ones. Sometimes I hear people complain that pork have like a boar taint. So my biggest secret weapon is using ginger juice and also Shaoxing wine. Those will get rid of that boar taint. Go ahead and marinate everything with the ingredient in this list. I like to buy in bulk, cut everything at once, and then marinate them in bulk. And then I'll freeze them into little portions in the Ziploc bag, and I will freeze them if I don't use it within 3 days. Chicken marinade is fairly similar, except it doesn't have ginger juice. I usually get my chicken in bulk, 6.5 pounds for the chicken thigh and 10 pounds for the chicken breast. They came frozen in individual pieces, so I just defrost them according to the instruction and marinate them in bulk. I usually just use everything within 3 days instead of refreeze it, because I was told that you're not supposed to refreeze the previously thawed meat. So for seafood, I like to marinate my shrimp with the following ingredient, and for the scallop, I just simply put salt and pepper on both sides after pat drying them. So for all the vegetables, I like to cut everything into small cubes. I do like about 1/2 inch for my toddler, but you can cut it bigger if you desire. I just feel like for one pot meal, the smaller cube makes it easier to absorb the flavor and also make sure everything is cooked. Put my cut potato in water because it wouldn't turn brown as quickly. I can prepare the tomato in advance, which make my days much easier. If you want a balanced meal, I highly recommend steaming your vegetables while cooking your rice. I usually put salt and pepper on broccoli or cabbage and put it in about 5 minutes before the cycle is ending. This will ensure that we get green and crunchy vegetables. Alright, first stop, let's go to Italy and make some pasta. I apologize in advance to all my Italian friends, but this is such an easy way to make delicious pasta. We're gonna add some oil, sausage, mushroom, and onion, and then cook it with the lid closed for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, take out all the ingredients, add pasta and enough water to cover them. Cook it for another 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, the pasta is done. Drain all the water and return all the ingredients back into the pot. Add your favorite pasta sauce. Give everything a quick stir, and then close the lid and let it cook until the cycle finish. When it's done, stir in some cheese and your one pot meal is ready. Next, let's go to Spain and make some seafood paella. This is definitely one of my favorite pot. It's so flavorful and the seafood is just amazing. Next up, let's go to India and make some curry chicken rice. This is definitely one of my husband's favorite. It's so spicy but flavorful. Make sure you make extra because I personally finished 2 bowls. Make sure you're using the Mexican chili powder. Next up, let's go to Macau and make a Macau style Portuguese chicken rice. This is one of my son's favorite. It's not too spicy, but it's very creamy with the coconut cream and it's just so flavorful. As I mentioned before, I like to steam some veggie along with the rice pot so I'll have a balanced meal. Next, we're going back to my hometown, which will make some Hong Kong style pork chop rice. This is one of my best childhood memory with my dad. The soft pork chop, the cheese, and the egg fried rice base. This is definitely one of the signature dish of Hong Kong cuisine. Next, let's go to Mexico and make some rice cooker burrito. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it actually tastes really good. Even if you don't add the tortilla wrap and just eat it by itself, it's really flavorful. Alright, let's go to Thailand and make a spicy coconut shrimp rice. The spiciness from the pepper and the sweetness from the coconut create a really good symphony of flavor. Definitely give it a try. Let's go to Korea and make a rice cooker bibimbap. This has gotta be one of my top favorites. Imagine having the symphony of all the ingredients without the need of making them individually. I made this at least 5 times already. It's so good, and don't forget to make my secret bibimbap mixing sauce. If you add your egg in the last 3 minutes of the cycle, you will get the soft, runny yolk. Next, let's go to Indonesia and make some nasi goreng. Back then, we have domestic helper in Hong Kong, and I treat her like my big sister. She always make this nasi goreng, which is Indonesian fried rice, and I love the flavor. I used the same sauce package she used when she was younger, and it's definitely my childhood memory. Next, let's go to Taiwan and make some Taiwanese braised pork. Growing up, I loved Taiwanese cuisine, and my mom always bring me to this restaurant that served braised pork and boba. That's why I would love to make this one-pot rice and share my happy memory with you. Alright, let's go to Mongolia and make up Mongolian barbecue style spicy cumin rice. Growing up, I love Mongolian barbecue, and I just want to create this flavor and share with you. It's so flavorful and the aroma is just amazing. Alright, let's go to Japan and make a one-pot miso salmon rice. When I think about Japan, I think of sushi and miso soup. So I decided to make this honey miso salmon so I can share my flavor with my sons.
Sounds so calm.
Set up a square account, none of this shit would have.
Next, let's go to Vietnam and make a pho rice. I know this one is a little bit more controversial. Some comment even asked me to delete it, but it's really flavorful, and with the meatball and the tripes, it tastes like the pho. Except, of course, you're eating it with rice instead of rice noodle. If you add a little sriracha and hoisin sauce, oh my, it's a pho bowl in your hand. Alright, it's the last day. Let's go to Singapore and make a laksa rice. Don't forget my soft steamed egg. This is legitly the champion of my one-pot rice. I made it at least 10 times with the soft steamed egg. Finally, I got the perfect time. These are my favorite. Comment below and let me know which one are yours. Alright, this concludes our video. Please subscribe to our channel and watch more videos.